It's fine. Get up, I get up. Iza shunguluza focus, come on, be a Shona gonna stay focused. Opportunities, gotta get busy, gotta fight
Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. Thank you, love you all. I'm so Michael Jackson, got to get make me the show. Sanbanana and a salute to all my hustlers. Get to the summit of hustlers, Buffet, iSpani. Get out in the Melangana, Buffet, Kulmanga, all Balegile, Jobasas Glom, Sabbath Pilago, get to Gembe, so Gembula, Buffet, Jobasas, Isimusitai, Buffet, Stantenga, Tenga, Salom Shaba, get to Jobasas, Ufoot, Malakom Shaba, Kuzungela, in Dawo kithi khona manje siyakhola ukuthi iglobal warming ngiyasho nayo ke iclimate change bafethu isinto ekhona nje basibonile lapha eKapa lodumo ngenxa ke yokuguquka kwezulu kuba nelanga elikhulu kungabi nezimvula kuletheke isomiso esikhulu kodwa namhlanje ke samba nomuntu ke othi uzoyilungisa yonke leyo nto ngisho yena ke uKennedy insizwa ke ifunde ngamanzi ngisho ke nendabuko yamanzi njoba kizohamba yobheka ke amanzi akukhaphosi aphinde futhi abheke nezilwanyana ke eziphila kuwona insizwa ke iqhamuka eVenda okwendawo ke ngithi enesomiso mhlambe kubona ke okumgqugquzela ukuthi azame ke ukusebenzela inkampani ebizwa ngokuthi iSouth African National Biodiversity Institute on the National Geographic South. Let's go see our new breed of hustler in his natural environment. Does he live in a hut? Does he live in a nest or a tree or a hole? No, probably he lives in a house. But let's go see him in his natural habitat.
But the question that remains is, ndikudhisani chikoloni. Ya zwoita ndizori babebe vanga votangana chikoloni miyanga vacho kuita matric ngori vava vachi vatuku babebe vava munna vana utanganiza miyanga uri ndiri mufumakadzi wa mwana wavo varatu vakotsi yanga ngori vava vachindiva vantanganedza ndaiswa mutani ndavona na makuru wanga kotsi yanga mara kotsi yanga vachidhava ngotodombona atiti otova na mutu vaudzawo nori nne ndiyone avo ngochadova vadzura vombodibva enda modoto wavo ende ndinozvo ndandikostoda pedzi ndori ndidivo ndina kotsi ndidivo namuse ndichiva na muta wanga una wabva one ndikai. So zvoita ndizvori zvakudziva zvitombo dzofuna ndo yavatukana nando yavasidzana ende zvova zvichitakadza ngamanda kana uvaisa ngamanda uva uri kedla zindudzoralai uva usina mumbete so zvova zvitwa zvondizvori village nangeni varukadzi vahadha majezi varukadzi thovo ngori dzindu dzova dzindu dzamahasi ndizvo zvithu zvichivaisa ngamanda ngori ndo zvichikona ngamanda vusiku vaitodzera kuziva zvori ingadive kona chiurudzani kana ngamatungu so muthu edhora hapethu zvambonene muthu anakautomupfa marato amvura ende zvova zvichivaisa ndizvori humwe adova unonokara so zvamboriwo vusiku raro zvambori makumuvhuwa ngadi yakaila yamwe ndoredhera kayo ratika so ndizvo zvava zvichivaisa ngamanda ngonikombura na chimwe chipinga uchiva na midharo ila ya 2000 ndo imwe yembodiwa yemboditova yatova straight so ndizvithu zvine uchizumbura zvavaisa ngori ya
It was so sad there. Nganthandori vomalume anga vamwe vavachi ku studisa grade 12 ngecho chipinga chendo yawa nga 2000 so roswikaera pateledzana ndunu nti so chimwe chipinga ningori ndingila chimwe ndikadhirova primary ndichemutukwi malume anga adhora ku studisa for mulingo wa grade 12 nṋe ndavha ndi hafha ndi khou tea u lala ngori sa ṅwana muṱuku ndi khou tea u ṱavhanya u lala mara malume anga a tshi khou fosta uri a thi lali ndi khou tea u lala nga vhoma 12 ni ngori nṋe ndi tshi lala nene u fosiwa uri a lale ngori ra ri fhethu nthihi. So na ndi nga wana ri khou lala hanefo nga vhoma 12 hu si na zwine nṋe nda ḓa ndi khou ita ngori nda ndi tshe muṱuku hetsho tshifhinga mushumo wa primary a tou fana mushumo wa sekondari ngo to ralo. So ra tshi ima na wana a tshi khou amba uri ṅwana o lala u khou tea uri a rwe houḽa muṅwe a songo lala ane khou lala u khou rwiwa nga a songo lalaho. So zwi amba zwo ri arali a vhona muṅwe a khou ri a khou kumedza u khou gwamba uḽa muṅwe so ngo to ralo u swikela vha tshi fhedza exam ngo ralo u swikela na heiḽa iṅwe nnḓu i tshi swika hune ya fhaṱiwa.
Hu tshi vha na dzi trip dza vhana ri tshe tshikoloni ngori na ḓo hayani na swika na amba ri khou vha na trip yo gidima u khou badela R3 nga ṱiraka ane i swika hayani vha ri a huna ende zwezwo zwi bara ngori trip dza dzi itiwa nga Ḽavhuṱanu na Ḽavhuṋe. So zwi amba uri vhangana vhanga vhoṱhe vha khou vha na tshiṱori tshine vha ḓo vha khou mbudza nga Monday. So nda zwa tsho zwo so zwithu zwo zwi kha nṋe ndi zwa uri ndo vha ndi tshi funa nga maanḓa laboratory work u dzhena lab na ambara coat tshena ni khou ita zwa no dzula microscope results dza kombo ndo tonga last 27 December results dzi bva I mean I was the top student in economics and all that so things were falling into places but the question that remains is ndiko ḓisa ni tshikoloni. So this one afternoon me nga vha na ku phone ku ṱuku so that day there nga January I called them 10 days of January ba khou receive a call the office of the MEC for economic development the late Collins Chabana so I call ndiko tea the next week nga Monday ṅwana wavho wana bazari hu tshi khou mpha my mom ran from here. It was still the Randaville. Bokidumo Bantunia were Randaville, which could die came the end around the Rakayang Randaville. So that of Vura. But out of Abungo Coconia, out of Vura without to prepare our combo, one on a bazaar in Quachicoron. So then at my university, so the Chuka University, Gori Venda was on apply. Me and I not on a second day, the Hana and the Salaya. Me and Gora in event. But in Venda was covered by Tantun, by dropping tunnel application, you learn was business. That was the most disappointing thing on my side. Why in this song? Because in Dando Quadori, how do often and again the Tantun. So me and I don't know where I went to saw register, which was bad. Gorbangana Ngubo born and the Pansayang and Mandor. That in the Ramian watch it and then those who are more than a support boy. SANBI ndandi divanga musi ndi tshi khou guda tshikoloni ndi wana ndi khou founela ḓuvha nga muthu ano khou bva SANBI ndi khou vhidzwa for interview ya DST NRF. So mari tshi swika SANBI ndi khou vhudzwa upfhi zwavhuḓi ini na sa qualify for a post ra khou ḓa muthu ana masters hu tou vha ni ro ri tshi khou shortlist zwa sokou vha kha riṋe uri ri ni fhe chance mari tshi ni fha chance na shuma zwavhuḓi so we had no choice but to appoint you. Ndi tshi khou ita internship ya miṅwedzi ya 12 ndo shuma miṅwedzi ya 8 ambo ḓi bva tshikhala tsha mushumo wa ecological infrastructure officer nṋe nda ya nda tshi apply ndi tshi to tshi apply na mbo ḓi wana interview na mbo ḓi wana call uri ndi khou ṱoḓa interview matshelo ya u vha ecological infrastructure ya permanent.
Kennedy u khou ya interview matshelo so nṋe sa murathu wa Kennedy ndi mafhungo avhuḓi wa pfhayo uri Kennedy u khou ya interview matshelo ndi mutamela mashudu uri a swike haningei aswike avasumbedze zvikili zvine ava nazvo navhudiimiseli vune ava naho anenge kha interview ashume zvavhuḓi.
Ndi tshi tou wana poswo tshithu tshanga tsho thoma hovha uri ndi shandukise nyimele ine ya vha hayani, ende zwe zwa vha zwi khou takadza ndi zwa uri murathu wanga vha kha ḓi vha high school, so ndo vha ndi khou ṱoḓa uri a tshi sala a tshi ḓa yunivesithi ndi vhe ndo no vha kha tshiimo tshine nda nga kona u mu thusa, ende zwa ḓi ita ngo ralo. Then measures must be put in place to ensure that the biodiversity is managed. Oh, can I repeat this? Yeah, yeah, can you repeat it? I want to think. So you're saying, how does it relate to the mandate, not how does it relate to the business functions of SANBI? Yeah, ndo da interview hafha noni ndo tshuwa nga maanḓa khumbelo vha ntamele mashudu ndo liwo.
Welcome, Kennedy Nemutamvuni. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks, and you?
Thank you. Yeah, welcome to SANBI. You are here for a level 8 position, Ecological Infrastructure Officer. You know, this post is about ecological infrastructure, and if you are successful, you'll become an ecological infrastructure officer. So I want to get here your understanding of ecological infrastructure. What's this concept of investing in ecological infrastructure about? And also, why is it relevant to our national agenda?
Okay, thank you so much. So I will first start by giving a definition of what ecological infrastructure is. This is a naturally functioning ecosystem that delivers valuable services to the people. It includes water provisioning, regulation of climate change, supporting rural development. And examples of ecological infrastructure includes wetlands, mountain catchments, rangeland, and all that. So ecological infrastructure relates to nation's development along the lines of its support to built environment, because we believe that development built infrastructure cannot be sustained unless there's complementarity that comes from ecological infrastructure.
Thanks, Kennedy. A follow-up question here. Tell me, how does ecological infrastructure relate to SANBI mandate?
Yeah, because the mandate of SANBI is generation of knowledge. First thing about ecological infrastructure is to ensure that there is enough content, technical content about the concept, and it must relate to our target audience priorities. For example, if we are saying ecological infrastructure supports rural development, we must then generate credible evidence to prove that rural development still can be enhanced by maintenance and restoration of ecological infrastructure.
Yeah, but thanks, Kennedy. But tell me, how does it relate to the SANBI mandate?
Yeah, it relates with SANBI mandate in two senses. One, is because SANBI is responsible for the sustainable utilization of biodiversity. It means then measures must be put in place to ensure that the biodiversity is managed. Oh, can I repeat this? Yeah, can you repeat it? I want to think. So you're saying how does it relate to the mandate, not how does it relate to the business functions of SANBI?
Okay, Kennedy, you have been with SANBI as an intern for a while now. With the experience you have acquired here, tell us about what you enjoyed most and the contribution you did, and also how you see what you did contributing to the communities.
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. So what excited me the most at SANBI is the work ethic and the culture and the relationship and diversity we have within the organization. That has ensured that when I'm here, I feel at home first, and I will have the team that is willing to work and that is willing to support each other. So the work that I do relates very well with my upbringing as a young person. I come from a community wherein we rely heavily on ecosystem goods and services, and all that comes from the natural environment we have. And as such, making sure that we look after the ecological infrastructure ensures that even those that are coming from after me in the villages will still enjoy the ecosystem services and goods the way I did.
So now we are done here with the interviews, and the next phase of the interviews now is that we're going to give you 3 tasks, and those questions and the task will determine if you get the post. So there will be a lot of interaction between you and the mentor in those tasks, and we will take it from there.
Mo go nang le maikemisetso le tsela ya tholahala. Kennedy yena o itlhophisitse o batlisisitse ke ka ho he anang le confidence go interview tseba ka go tibileng ka mosebetsi ka ha company industry boleng ba hao bo kae go dikarolong tseo kaofela. Mesebetsi ena ba sebetsa ka dipalo dintho tse tshwarehang ho ngola bona he ba dila ka hlaho le lefatshe ho tlisa merero e le hore e tla tlisa kgolo lefatsheng. Mahaslas hore o finyelle ke ka hatakatso ya hao tumelo ya hao merero ya hao ke eng e tla o fitlhisa mo o ka bua le mang wena dula o dumela focusa ho tloha mo thola ntho e leng hore e tla o kgothatsa ka nako tsohle.
Lina la ka ke Mahlodi Tau, ke director mo South African National Biodiversity Institute. Ke joined this institute ka September 2017. Mushumo ko dirang ko etella pele Directorate ya Ecological Infrastructure o shumali the department tse dingwe tse ba neng a di shumika ecological infrastructure, so they are aware of the value of investing in ecological infrastructure. I am Kennedy Nemutamvuni's mentor. So you're saying that a copy for each fact sheet will cost around 57 rands.
Hustlers, ibaleka Kennedy lisifundisa ukuthi njengezilwane endle kumele ukwazi ukufunda ukwadapta ke kwi-environment oyithola kuyona uma ke ufuna ukusurvive nokuthi impilo yakho ingashintsha njengezulu kakhulukazi ke enkathini esiphila kuzona namhlanje. Ngithi ungavuka ekseni ikhaza libande mpo uthi emini lidlive ngezikhukhula kodwa uthi ntambama liphuma ilanga libalele likhipha umkhovetsheni. Konke lokhu ke kukhozwa ke i-global warming, kodwa ke usebenzisana nabantu akhona lapha ke e-South African National Biodiversity Institute basebenza naye ke uKennedy njoba ke afuna ukuba i-environmental manager. Kodwa khona manje bafethu awuthi nginikeze i-natural disaster okuyona ke i-wet jumble. nginikeze-ke ama-clues amathathu okuwu-C nabo-S ababini. Uma uyazi impendulo ngena laphana ku-Twitter naku-Facebook. Mhlawumbe uhlezi lapha ekhaya uyazibuza ukuthi eyiphi indima ongayidlala-ke ukulondoloza-ke umama wethu phecelezi umother nature. Ngihlala phansi uze uKennedy bafethu jobaza-ke nge-Factsheet yayo-ke i-ecological infrastructure bafethu ukuthi isebenza kanjani. Ngithi ayihlele phansi ibambe umthetho.
Yeah, so Kennedy, welcome to task 1. I want you to develop a fact sheet on investing in ecological infrastructure for water security. Your language that you're going to capture in the fact sheet must be very easy to read, very easy to understand by the water sector community and also by the community at large. Let's go that way.
Okay.
Okay, Kennedy. I want you to take me through the process in terms of how you're going to design the fact sheet on investing in ecological infrastructure for water security.
My understanding to this is the target audience for investing in ecological infrastructure are the water sector and the local communities. And just so we know what we're talking about, I'll just put some notes here on the flip chart. Everything that we will be doing around restoration and maintenance of ecological infrastructure must in a way respond to rural development priorities, of which water equity and access is key. So if communities are having access to water resources, then that means the water sector priorities are also addressed. So that is very much central to the water sector. One thing funny about the Upper Pretoria, sorry, Madekwana on Roisiwa main lane. It was my first time being in the mall. Richiswa main lane, Rabarukwa moving. Let's go moving or Arkuna because oh my dinosaur. Danozura panda go muntu ni cinema panda. Dinosaur, never could have known a bit of Tomanco visual and Kapala. I screamed. The combo thought home and Common is also on that. This is my double set and put it there throughout. The common knows that Sina Mwanga. I will go to I mean, now comes or no, I can't remember the Gatsazura of it. The compare Maramoras and Danga, the patent put it there and missing name. So that is why as you not to a tears moving because it always brings that memory. So, yeah. Ndiri kuzotoa kuswete zvakude ngachiti ende nazvo tuzvina tongenda tanga nazvo before. Yeah, ngozibona. So that was my experience. So yeah.
But then once it's finalized, how are we going to disseminate this fact sheet?
Okay, yeah, thanks for that question. So because we've got two target audience, which is water sector, which is leaders, business leaders and all that, and also community levels. So we will then identify those areas in which leaders of water sectors are found or spend their time most. arani ndo vha ndi tshi nga wana tshikhala tsho amba na khotsi yanga zwithu zwo thoma zwe ndo vha ndi tshi nga vha ṱalutshedza ndi zwo uri vha tou ḓi hangwela vhone muṋe uri zwe vha zwi ita zwo vhaisa miyanga zwa dovha zwa vhaisa na zwa dovha zwa vhaisa na muṱa wa hashu mara zwi nga si thu tshithu uri rumela murahu so vhone muṋe kha vha thome vha ḓi hangwele then vha ṱalutshedza mafhungo kha mufumakadzi wavho vhane vha vha naye zwino na vhana vhavho then vha ite effort uri nṋe ndi ḓe ndi dzule navho sa muṱa ri ambe ri angwelane ri bvele phanḓa ngori ndo sokou pfhesesa uri a zwi nga ḓo vha zwithu zwavhuḓi uri vha ḓo ṱuwa fha shangoni nṋe navho ri songo amba and ra angwelana vhutshilo ha bvela phanḓa a thi khou uri zwi ḓo vha zwi zwavhuḓi.
Kennedy, I'm actually quite disappointed that you didn't think about the budget in your presentation. Yeah, can you give me a rough estimate of the budget that we can work with it?
Oh yes, of course. In fact, the reason why I skipped the budget was to make sure that we agree on the content and then come to the spending, because if you're not happy with the content, chances are you may not make the money available. So for now, we're looking at the production of one printout of a fact sheet at a cost of around 57 Rand per copy. So this excludes the design work. So as such, the complete design work of the fact sheets, layout, artwork and whatever, that is going to cost us 100 Rands. But these 100 Rands will then be once off and have this 57 Rand per copy printout. So in total, the bulk printout of these fact sheets is around 27,000.
So you're saying that a copy for each fact sheet will cost around 57
Rands.
Mushumo wa rena o re o dirang re tshwanetse re tse mushumo o ya ko stats SA, re tša mushumo re o dirang o ya ko water affairs, re tša mushumo re o dirang o ya le batho ba shumang ka forestry management. How easy o re o shumele le batho ba, because ba follow mandate wa bona, le rena re na le mandate wa rena, and mandate wa rena o affecta mushumo ba o dirang. So the biggest challenge ke how do we communicate then our messages to them? So roughly we are looking at how many printouts of these fact sheets?
Okay, yeah, I'm working around 9,000 copies, of which I will divide according to the demands and using the baseline statistics or numbers we have.
Okay. This is the end of task 1. Please let's go outside for another task.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mona re bona gore go bopa process go go supa molemo ha isa qaqe go tla bana le bothata mesebetsi ya lekala lena e atile dintho tsa hlaho kaofela di ba ama and ha o ka re wa sheba dintho kaofela di etsahala teng hlahong mona hona le sengwe for batho kaofela o ka etsa ecology geology le yona mesebetsi ya environmental sciences e teng mesebetsi ya go qala ha e ka ba monyetlo wa go ithuta ha o se o fihlele mahaslas ha o etsahale gore o jale o ske wa kotula wena sebeletsa go ntho o e batlang hlabula le tla go fihlela.
Oh yeah, so it was sorry, can you stop? Yeah, what was the question? Okay.
Welcome, Kennedy, to task 2. What I'd like you to do now, we're going to give a presentation. I have an audience here, so I'll be looking at your confidence, your analytical thinking, the way you connect the work that we are doing with those sectors. That's very important. So let's go through. Thanks, Kennedy. This is your audience, and the floor is yours.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, colleagues, for joining us this afternoon. As you are aware, we're here to review a draft ecological infrastructure fact sheet. You'll remember that we agreed on the areas that we think this fact sheet should address, and as such, we have done our work, and we thought it would be high time that we all sit together in the same room and finalize this work, believing that ecological infrastructure enhances built infrastructure. And by this, we are saying to the water sector, if you support or if you invest in the ecological infrastructure or in the management and restoration of ecological infrastructure, you're most likely to have your built infrastructure sustained over a long period of time. By this, if you were to give an example, we would be saying, if you built a dam done the catchment, when the upper catchment is poorly managed, you're most likely to have your dam filled with sediment, and as such lose the water that could be provided by the river that you are getting the water from. Ya zwithu zwo nthusa ndi uri vhashumisani vhanga tshifhinga tshoṱhe ri tshi amba zwi vha zwi tou vha formal, ri ambesa nga maanḓa in moments ine vha informal, so a ri tou vhuya ri tou ḓiwana ro dzula roṱhe fhethu huthihi vha tshi khou thetshelesa nṋe ndi tshi khou amba. So u wane tshila tshikhala tsha tou ri ro vha ro dzula nga u rala zwi vha zwi songo ḓoweleaho, so zwi amba uri tshiṅwe na zwiṅwe zwine vha zwi khou itea ndi vha ndi khou sokou vha na muhumbulo uri hezwi vha nga ḓi shumisa hezwi zwithu u seisana nga sa vhashumisani uri hai no vha ni khou balelwa nga hetshiḽani mara muhumbulo muno ndi ṱoḓa uri u vha u fhaṱani.
Yeah, is there any return on investment for boosting the economy?
Oh yeah, so it was sorry, can you stop? Yeah, what was the question? Okay.
The department of government aba ikuhishi taba ya ecology. Remember taba ya ecology ba ifile department ya environmental affairs. Kore ke mandate wa environmental affairs o lebellane le tsa tlhago le biodiversity we bia ke naka we bia ka mogwa o ro gona o shoma le batho ba department tsa o swana tsa agriculture, department tsa water affairs gore ba gone o kwishisha taba tsa tlhago, ba gone o kwishisha taba tsa biodiversity rena ba ka tsa biodiversity ya ba itsentse bjang ka mo dilo tsa bona tsa planning ya ba plana moshumo ya bona.
I just want to find out the mechanism that you put in place as an institution to communicate the good work that you're doing. How do you make sure that the message is received by the relevant people?
Okay, yeah, thank you so much for that question. So because we've got two target audience, one is the water sector leaders and the other one is local communities. And we understand the stories around communities not having access to internet and other ICT facilities. That's so yeah, uba na mubebi muthihi ndi zwone zwithu zwo no konḓesa u ya nga nṋe ngori tshifhinga tshoṱhe musi sa ṅwana tshi khou nyaga sapoto kana ni tshi khou ṱoḓa zwiṅwe zwithu ndi ene muthu ane arali a ri hanatsho ni a ḓivha uri hanatsho zwi amba uri zwo fhela. A zwi fani na musi na vhabebi vhavhili hune na ḓo ri arali mme vha ri a vhana ni nga ya khotsi, ende zwiṅwe zwithu zwino vhaisisa ndi uri mubebi wa mufumakadzi musi ṅwana a tshi khou ṱoḓa zwiṅwe zwa zwithu khaye a si nga kona u mu thusa u a zwi vhona zwo zwi khou mu vhaisa mbiluni yawe, so zwi vha zwithu zwino vhaisa nga maanḓa, so zwi a konḓa nga maanḓa u hulisa mubebi muthihi.
U hudisha ke mme o i wane how easy because u hudisha ke single mother o ba se hona wa shuma di kitchen mme wa ka wa shuma sprints di kitchen, so a re hola re no hola le ausi ba ka a itlang ka nako ya tlang ka yona because swantsa go boketsa tšhelete then a boe hae, so o thata o hudisha ke mme I won, but because of passion ya gore ke nyaka ya sekolong ke tsebe ka tša tlhago, because if ke sa ye sekolong ka tseba ka tša tlhago then o ra gore ke tlilo felela ka knowledge ya ona mo hae, so a ke ya sekolong ke tla kgona go tseba ka tša tlhago and that helped me. Thank you, Kennedy. That was an awesome presentation, and I hope you have learned a lot. Our audience have learned a lot from your insights, and we look forward to seeing the end result of your fact sheet. So that's the end of our task 2, and now we can go to task 3. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go to task 3.
Mona ha se ka ha di-presentation skills fela wa tlameya go advocata le go influencer batho botlhe gore ba kgone go bona molemo wa botlhe ko setlhogong sa hao mosebetsi ona wa patala and hape wa hlokagala ha o ka re sheba naga ya rona e bophara re na le matamo re tlhoka batho ba ile gore ba tla ihlokomela le go fumana menyetla e le gore e ka thusa batho kaofela o ka sebetsa ko di-environmental agency masepala mine le forestry and hape wena o ka consulta mahaslas wena e potse gore a na o batla eng ke efeng buka e o ka e balang and o ka bua le mang
Hasla simulile uKennedy ku-task edlule awuhambisa ke umlayezo kwimkhakha yangasese kwimkhakha yomphakathi ngisho ke nohulumeni ukuthi bangasebenzisana kanjani ke ukuthi balondoloze ke lo mhlaba esiphila kuwona kodwa bafethu insiza konke lokhu bekulu akwenza ase-ofisini sokusikhathi ukuthi manje aphumile ngaphandle ayoqova lapha nokuqhaphosi kodwa naye ke into engicilisayo bafethu iyona ke iwejumbo nginikeze ke ihlu yokugcina bafethu which is the letter E yonke into ke izoyenzeka emva kwekhefu kodwa awuthi ngikushiye ngalo mcabango ukuthi masingalaleli ke ama-power athi no dumping ukhumbula ukuthi silahle udoti nodoti ohlukile ngisho namanapukeni akhona khona ke nabantu abalusayo iy'nkomo zifika zidla la manapukeni bese thina ke sidla inyama yenkomo kusho ukuthi sonke sidla awuthi ngithule ngikushiye ngalo mcabango siyabuya.
How does the biodiversity help?
Help? I'll have to make so many connections with that. Yeah. Welcome, Kennedy, to your task 3. Now we are outdoors. Your target audiences are the water sector, community, and the community at large. And you are going to explain to these two sectors the connection between the ecological infrastructure. Okay, Kennedy, I'd like to introduce you to Amy Ginsberg here, and the representative of the water sector and the community. They will also be interacting with you, asking questions to learn more about your work.
So in this site, there are different things you're seeing around us here. One is a built structure just in front of us called a gabion. So the main purpose of that structure is to support the flow of water into the wetlands itself to avoid having a situation wherein the donga would expand wider to the wetland. And the other thing that you're seeing is a stream that's just coming out of this wetland. And this stream is an example of a wetland that is functional and that is able to yield water in the right quantity flowing down to the dam.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, yes.
How does a wetland improve the quality of water?
Wetlands sustained dams or rivers during off-season, I mean when there's no rain. Can I repeat this? Can I repeat this session? Zwine nda vhona uri ndi khaedu kha mushumo une nda ita ndi zwa uri ni tea u vha no dzudzana nga maanḓa tshifhinga tshoṱhe ngori a huna ḓuvha line na ḓuvha ni khou tou pfhi ni khou ḓo ita hezwi zwoṱhe tshifhinga tshiṅwe na tshiṅwe ni nga vha ni khou wana zwithu zwiswa ende zwo ralo zwi amba uri na ini muṋe ni tea u vha ni tshi kona u manedzha mushumo une na khou ita zwavhuḓi ni tea u vha ni muthu o dzudzanaho nga maanḓa ende a si tshifhinga tshoṱhe tshine muthu a nga vha o dzudzana.
Di-science di ka thusa haholo. Di-science re phela ka science. Di-solution tse re be le tsona either ke di-solution tsa go tlhokomela tlhago or ke di-solution tsa go improve maphelo a rena di nyaka science. Bophelo bo re bo phelang ba today bo nyaka science. Diaparo tse re di aparang today di nyaka science. So it's important ore batho ba tswang ba banyane ba tlang ba bone hore ba boela morago ko science because without science we'll not be able to address the problems that we have in South Africa.
We're in a nature reserve and there are many different plants and animals that live here. How does having so many different types of plants and animals help a wetland clean water that flows into the dam? How does the biodiversity help?
Help? I'll have to make so many connections with that, yeah.
Kennedy, can you please show us the rehabilitation you have done here and then the benefits of it?
Okay, yeah, thank you very much for that question. And just to give you a little background about wetland rehabilitation, South Africa has acknowledged through its research that wetlands that are rehabilitated have shown more productivity than those that are not. And that is also captured in the National Water Resource Strategy. So here, just next to us, utamba zvamukumarano nazvimwe zvatu zvine ndikudzira ndicho zviri kwavuchuranga ndiwana tusa zvamasheleni and ndova ndaribo vatu votona kubhadhira tax ngori ari obosiboni ndadza nditsongokona ndiwana ndikwachikoroni so ndiri rothe arite zvitukutuku zvinara ngasvikona kuti zvomuvuso wavo runorushumira.
So, Kennedy, being somebody from the water sector, we know that these wetlands help to clean the water that flows into that dam over there, and that the people in Pretoria City benefit from cleaner water that comes from Rietfontein Dam. Can you explain how, well, give an example of what sort of information you would pull together to be able to make a case study that shows that connection?
Yeah, first thing I think is to acknowledge the fact that wetlands and the people have had a mutual relationship for a very long time. It's just a matter of us as technical people assisting in reconnecting the people with their wetlands and reminding them of their importance and the value in the ecosystem benefits that they enjoy, such as provision of water and other things. And the other thing is... How would you do that? Yeah, the other thing is involving them by inviting them maybe through meetings or conferences to share experiences and lessons of not having a well-managed ecological infrastructure, using practical cases of other areas.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kennedy, for participating in this final task, and also my sincere thanks to Mr. Mpepwe and Amy Ginsbank. Thank you so much. And Kennedy, this is your final task. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We can leave now. Thanks.
Welcome back, Kennedy.
Thank you.
You had a good day.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Kennedy. It has been a long day, hey?
Yeah, it's been so.
Yeah. So tell me, what was the most challenging part of the day for you?
Yeah, the most challenging part was the development of the fact sheet. It was very challenging, and I was afraid and not so sure if that is what I was supposed to, give.
And from those challenges, I'm sure there are parts where you enjoyed. So which parts of the task you found yourself enjoying the most?
Yeah, I was given enough time to correct my mistake in the process.
Okay, Kennedy, we've come to the end of the interviews and would like to thank you again for availing yourself for these interviews. And do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
Yeah, given the fact that you also looking into a long-term plan in terms of investment in ecological infrastructure, if I have an interest in maybe going back to school and register for a master's in commerce around development finance, is that something that you would support?
Yes, since you will be, the duties of this position are around that. you will be given the opportunity to proceed with your studies, to further your studies after your probation has been dealt with. We have been briefed with regard to the task that you took, and as a panel we have come to the decision that we are happy to offer you the position.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, since this position is a permanent position, you will be on a 6 months probation, and there are benefits that SANBI offers, like housing and medical aid if you want to be under the medical aid that we use, and also we have leave days that you will be entitled to, and your office hours will be communicated to you as soon as you start, and HR will start with the process of your contract and all documents that needs to be signed, and you will be called to come sign.
Enda ndona mushumo ndotakala nga maanḓa u khonthusa uri ndi kone u fhedza pfunzo dzanga ndi tshi ya nṱha ndi khou ḓo ita PhD zwa zwino, ende ndi khou takala na muṱa washu u khou ḓo kona u vha na zwiḽiwa. Ndi khou ri kha noṱhe ine na khou lingedza ndi ri press push up and play.
Well done, Kennedy. Re ithutile ka wena hore ha se ka maemo ke ka maikemisetso. Potso ya rona ya beke ena e tswa ko lerato. A re ena o na le kgatlhago ya mesebetsi ya sales. Di sales rep ba ya tsebisa ene ba rekisa ka ha di product le di service tsa company setjhabeng hore ba tsebe ho reka. Wena o tlhoka national senior certificate, depending ha o na le qualification o ka etsa in service training. O ka ithutela sales and marketing wa etsa certificate, diploma kapa yona degree. Ho qala batla mosebetsi shopong kapa mo ka buisana le di-customer wa etsa di-thekiso wa etsa le tsona di-promotion. Ha e ka ba hona le ho sa utlwang, hopola o checkela Facebook le yona website ya rona. Romela ya hao potso.
Captain Planet, he's a hero. Siyakhumbula lapho Popeye kodwa ke ngikhuluma ngabantu bomampela bafethu uKennedy bafethu ukholile ke ukuzidalela ke amadele ayihlaza nenkampani ebizwa ngokuthi South African National Biodiversity Institute bafethu njengayo ke environmental manager. Sithi halala Nsizwa ubambe kanjalo umsebenzi. Now we can all breathe easy, but something that is not easy bafethu yona ke iword jumble. Nginikeze impendulo igama kade silifuna ecosystem ezemvelo. Uma kuyithula isithalala kuwena, uma ungayitholanga better luck next time. Kodwa mina umfana kaMntambo sengigcwala amathafa sengiphuma kanje ngithi akahlale khona lapha ku Twitter, Facebook and also on YouTube. Khumbula to do your 3 P's bafethu, press up, push up, panda, and also do your 3 R's, reduce, recycle and reuse bafethu. Mina ngikhala ngitshela ngithi don't look down, look up and stay up and always stay on top of the food chain.